coast to coast, it's your hosts, the Lombardi Leap and Mersey FB. This is Beyond the Frozen Tundra.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Lombardi, here with Mersey. We're talking Packers football because it is the most wonderful time of the year, and we aren't talking about draft season. The NFL free agency did kick off on Monday, and the Packers have made some moves, and some players moved on or were moved on from specifically here, if I can get that word out correctly. So we have a lot to talk about. We were going to do a mock draft Monday, so to speak, or Wednesday when this episode comes out. But given, there was some kind of important happenings, important rumors kind of going on, we're going to talk about who came, who's going, who might stay, and who might come. We don't know.
Yeah, we'll start with who's going, though.
Yes, we will definitely start with who's going. I'd say the biggest person who we're both probably excited and happy is gone. And I'm not talking Romeo Doubs. We'll get there later. It's Colby Wooden.
Yeah. That, after we do who's going, you should briefly talk about comp picks because you understand that a lot more than me. Colby Wooden did well for the role that he was forced into. We never, as a coaching staff, truly knew what to do with him. And he was just better against the run than he was as a pass rusher. But, I'm happy we got a good return.
Yeah, getting Zaire Franklin from him, who he's coming off of a down year in Indianapolis, but there was a lot that went wrong in Indianapolis last year, too. I think that compounded to that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of the biggest things that Zaire Franklin did deal with was a nagging ankle injury. I mean, he wasn't all-pro in 2024. He is replacing former Georgia Bulldog Quay Walker, and I think this really kind of sets up Cooper to be the number one linebacker for the Packers defense.
Yeah, my thing is, I don't know if they'll get. I don't want Cooper to be the Mike. That's just the first thing.
I mean, I think he can because he did stuff like that at Texas A&M. So it is going to.
I also don't want him coming off the field if they only decide to play like one linebacker packages, if that makes sense. So
I don't think he would. I can't imagine. Like he's your best coverage linebacker easily. Like I think that McDuffie's still on the team. It's weird because they have 6 linebackers right now.
Oh, we have 6 right now. Oh yeah, we would.
Yes, because you have Zaire Franklin, Edgerrin Cooper, Tyrone Hopper, Isaiah McDuffie, Nick Niemann, Christian Welch,
and JDJ as a practice squad futures guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So and spoiler alert, Nick Niemann and Christian Welch were both brought back on really just small contracts here. Nothing too major. I mean, they're basically, I think Christian Welch is like a sub-veteran minimums because of the way they stacked it. And then Nick Niemann's is a really small contract as well. Both those guys are really, really good special teams linebackers.
I'm happy about those signings.
Yeah. So it's good to have them back. And I think that realistically, they'll get to compete with like Dumas Johnson. And honestly, I think Isaiah McDuffie because...
Yeah, his contract is expiring at the end of this year. They could cut him.
Yeah, and like you can get cap space from him. So that is I think Isaiah McDuffie is a bit on the roster bubble here moving forward because he isn't as special teams inclined. I think that's the way to say it compared to like Welch and Niemann are especially. And if you want to run, if your top 3 linebackers are going to be your former 3rd-round pick and Hopper, you just traded for Zaire Franklin, and obviously Edgerrin Cooper is a stud. That's kind of how that room's going to turn out there. But that was kind of the biggest trade, sort of. I would say a bigger trade was us taking advantage of the Dallas Cowboys again.
The fact we were able to get anything for Rashawn Gary is remarkable.
It really is. Like getting a 4th, even if it is in 2027, I don't care. A 4th in 2027 for Rashawn Gary. Wow. Like that was absolutely crazy. And I don't know if you saw what shade Micah Parsons kind of threw at.
Effort and pursuit or something like that.
Yeah. Somebody asked him, like, what do you like in an edge defender? And he's like, effort and pursuit. That's about as poignant of a reply as you could have. So there was really no love lost for the Packers team. It seemed like with Rashawn Gary leaving, I think Colby Wooden got more of a fanfare from Micah Parsons, actually.
And so, Quay had a bit Quay was a big response from the team as well.
I mean, obviously Romeo Dobbs. I think JJ
Yeah.
Nickbari even got more of a response
Mhm.
than Rashawn Gary. So it kind of seems like Rashawn Gary was not looked at to be the team leader as he
We
was,
thought
and
he was, yeah.
yeah,
Elton
there's definitely
Jenkins
some-
also released, signed with the Browns today. Who else left?
He got his 20. Well, Elton Jenkins, it's funny, like he was owed 20 mil by us. He gets cut or released medical release. He gets signed by the Browns and they give him 24 with 20 mil guaranteed.
Yeah, pretty much the same deal.
So he got his 20. It's just over 2 years instead of 1. Still a lot of money to give to a guy who's been what's the word I'm looking for? Not degrading.
Hurt?
Well, yeah, he's been hurt. Just wearing down. He's definitely regressed.
Mhm.
He's been regressing for the last 2 years. Clearly, that's why they moved him to center. I like Elton Jenkins. I loved him when we were drafting him. He was a great Packer player. Sorry to see him go. Understand it. The offensive line is going to be better for it. I do have questions about Sean Ryan. We'll get into that here in a bit. I mean, you mentioned Quay Walker signing a 3-year deal. I'm pretty sure.
3-year, 35, I believe, is what it was.
35. Yeah. Like with the Las Vegas Raiders, and he gets to pair up with the other Georgia Bulldog.
Side note, I love what the Raiders have been doing this offseason so far, but totally unrelated.
Well, I mean, like I think Quay will do better there.
Yes, he will, especially alongside Nakobe, who they signed today. Or not today, yesterday.
I think Nakobe will be the one who will wear the green dot there, and that'll help Quay Walker. That'll just free Quay Walker up. So people will be like, what on earth? Why is it that Quay's doing better? Well, it's because he gets to do what he needs to do.
Who
That's
else
party.
left? Who else left? Romeo signed to the Patriots today.
Romeo signed a massive deal with the Patriots because they couldn't get a hold of A.J. Brown because the Eagles' asking price was way too much. So the Patriots signed Romeo Dobbs to a 4-year, $70 million base deal. Could be $80 million with incentives.
That is high.
Yeah, that is a very, very, very big deal. And you can blame Pierce for that. The Colts. There's always one wide receiver. It's like a couple of years ago that who was the wide receiver that the Jacksonville Jaguars signed that messed up the market?
Oh, Christian Kirk.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
remember that one.
Christian Kirk. This is very similar to the Christian Kirk deal, and it kind of it physically hurts me to think about what's going to happen with Christian Watson, although you and I both would pay him.
I'd pay him.
$30
I'd give him a blank check and be like, hey, stay healthy and we'll give you 35.
Come play football for us. For the
Malik
next
Willis
4 years.
went to the Dolphins, reunites with Halfley and John Eric Sullivan.
Worst secret ever.
Yeah.
He got a great deal, like really, really good deal. $45 million guaranteed. I'm super happy
Third-round
for
comp
Malik
pick with
Willis.
playing time there for us. So
Yeah, that's almost guaranteed to get a third-round comp pick because they don't have anybody else. Tua cut going to the Falcons, which that organization needs help with all that misery there, and Tua ain't gonna make it better. I'm super happy for Malik Willis. Like, and if anybody earned that $45 million, I'd say it's definitely Malik Willis, given what he's done here for us, especially.
yeah.
And then JJ Nickbari. A lot of people
right.
thought
Yeah,
we'd
I keep forgetting about him. He signed for a higher number than I thought, but like, good for him.
I did too. Like 1 year, $10 million. I was kind of surprised that that's how much he got.
I'm glad
another
he signed
name-
that though, because that let us get Benjamin St. Just.
Yeah. Well, there one more guy though that hasn't been signed yet that I'm a little surprised. I am not surprised, but I am at the same time because of how they were talking about him. Rasheed Walker.
No tackle has been
Still out
signed
there.
this cycle yet. They're all waiting for the first one to go,
Oh.
and then they'll sign.
Well, Braden Smith signed with the Texans.
Oh yeah. Oh, and Braxton Jones was a re-sign. I forgot about that. But
Yeah.
so
Braden
you'll
Smith got 2 years,
probably see-
$25 million.
You'll probably see Rasheed Walker get signed like tomorrow for somewhere around like the 3-year, $30 million range. I think Cleveland could give it to him.
Unless
Miami,
they take
maybe.
unless Cleveland takes Monroe Feeling
Yeah.
8th overall or wherever they are,
Mhm.
which I think they could do. So that is going to be interesting to see there. But yeah, that's a good point though that it's taken a little bit while for the tackles to sign somewhere because they're all waiting for somebody else to blink so that way they can get more money. Which I get it. I do get it. You mentioned Benjamin St. Juste. That's like a really, really easy contract for us. It's just a 2-year deal. As it stands right now, Rick Woolen ended up signing with the Eagles for a 1-year, $15 million deal. So there really isn't any other cornerbacks that I necessarily would like to spend money on here moving forward.
Yeah,
They,
I would agree with you.
I mean, the Benjamin St. Juste contract is like he's what? 6'2", 6'3", 200 pounds.
Yes.
Was in Jesse Minter's defense last year, played a lot better. And that's because he's not really a Dan Quinn corner. He is more of a Jesse Minter, Jonathan Gannon corner. I think that this is a good signing for a backup cornerback. He has a lot of special team snaps. He's going to be your gunner along with Bo Melton, who is back as well, because Bo Melton was in ERFA. That was confirmed. So Bo Melton's back on the team, our true cornerback 1 and wide receiver 1. How do you feel about the St. Juste signing?
I love the St. Juste signing. I've always been really high on him as a player. Maybe a little bit of national pride's hopping in there as well, but
he is Canadian.
Yeah, he is. I think this is a good signing. Whereas at depth backup corner who has upside as a starter.
Yeah, I mean, a big guy on the boundary. Like, I'm not going to complain about that. Like, it beats what they've been.
He can tackle really well,
and he is reliable.
Yes,
I think that is important to note. And they did cut Nate Hobbs.
Right, forgot about that one.
And that's
yep.
Yeah, they cut Nate Hobbs to replace him. They designated him as a June 1st cut, which is interesting. So we get $9 million from him. We pay $4 million for a year for the next 3 years, but we do get that $9 million post June 1st. So it's just kind of an interesting thing to note there with him. And St. Juste is really replacing him. So right now our cornerback room still needs bodies, but it's Nixon, Valentine, St. Juste. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, Bullard is your nickel, and you earn that right. But outside of that, it's a bunch of UDFAs, pretty much.
Yeah. Kamal Hadden might or might not be back, depending on the status of his ankle.
Yeah. Who knows what's going to happen there? I mean, you have Bartholomew and one other guy, too. Yeah, see, a bunch of UDFAs. Basically, so it's not pretty. It's definitely not pretty with Nixon being your CB1 still. Carrington Valentine, not really the greatest tackler. And St. Juste does not have that much starting experience. He was rotational last year, kind of a backup.
3-year starter in
Washington. Yeah.
No, 5-year starter or 4-year starter in Washington. He is 28. He was a 21 guy, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he's 28 now. So there is apparently some smoke around the Jalen Carter thing. But
smoke, nothing more.
No, there's a lot of smoke. It's more Packers reporters are bringing it up now. The Packers are trying to pull it off. And if they do pull it off, they're going to be sending one of their wide receivers along with whatever they can scrape together for Jalen Carter. Oh. And I assume the asking price with the Eagles was going to be high because they asked for A.J. Brown and the Patriots was a first, a third, and they wanted more for A.J. Brown. They wanted more for A.J. Brown still.
I mean, the double shoulder surgery is scary with Jalen.
But he played through it.
But, man, he's shown you how good of a player he can be. And that would be one hell of a way to improve the interior defensive line.
Yeah. I mean, that would be so much better. And obviously, Carter would get the extension over Wyatt.
Yeah.
In this instance, too.
Can we trade 2028 picks yet?
Not, I don't think until the new league year.
Which is Wednesday, right?
Yeah. No, the new league, I think that's June.
Oh, okay.
The new league year doesn't officially start until June. You have to be cap compliant by March. Or you have to be cap compliant by a certain time period in March.
Okay.
And let me just double check that, though.
We could just go full Rams and say F them picks. And
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what he's saying. Hey, I'm going to win. I'm going to forcibly win a Super Bowl.
Put Micah Parsons and Jalen Carter on the same defensive line. I don't think it matters who else you put on there.
Knock on wood, both stay healthy. Yeah, new league year starts March 11th. So tomorrow at 4 p.m. That's when all trades and free agencies become official. All 2025 player contracts expire, and teams must be under the salary cap for 2026.
Okay, so you can trade 2028 picks as of like tomorrow.
Yeah. But again, the value.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. They're not really that highly valued.
True.
I'd imagine that you're sending 2 seconds and a wide receiver.
Ooh.
It would probably be Jaden Reed.
Yeah, I'm fine with that because then Wicks would be in the slot.
Like, yeah.
2 seconds and a wide receiver for Jalen Carter, who you would then have to pay $30 million a year.
Which is fine because Wyatt's not getting an extension.
No, because he would be 29 at the end of the year.
Yeah, he's gonna be 29, and Brian Gutekunst doesn't really extend players who can't stay healthy. Like, that's just the reality of it. Like, I like Devontae Wyatt when he's on the field. I think he's really good. I don't think that he is a star, as you kind of thought he would be. I think he is who he is right now. So that's just with Wyatt, and he's gonna be, like you said, he's gonna be 29. There's really no point. You're treating the end of his contract basically like a third year.
Okay.
Like, that's just,
yeah.
just where it's at with him. So you would definitely be giving Carter money.
Yeah, I'd be comfortable with that. You have caps, but you also have to figure out how you're going to do that on top of paying Kraft and Watson.
Well, if you're not paying Reed, that's fine. You're probably doing escalator type contracts.
Probably, yeah. You're also
you're basically doing Micah Parsons.
Yeah, you're doing
Micah Parsons as contract.
Void years too to like Jordan, I think.
Yeah, I would restructure Jordan Love's contract. He's going to be here for a while. And one of the things that the Packers tend to do with their contracts when they extend players is they don't really add money to the current year. They instead they might add like a void year or two. And if they have money to pay up front, which the Packers tend to have a very large saving account, that also minimizes the cap hit long term too. So there's a lot that Russ Ball can do, and that he's really, really good at. Russ Ball honestly is the GOAT of contract negotiations here.
Yeah, he is pretty good at it.
So there is smoke. There's a lot of smoke here with the Jalen Carter. Again, the asking price, it's steep. And again, I understand that's where the Eagles are. That's what they do.
I don't think they'd trade him in conference, though.
The Eagles?
Yeah.
Well, if they're not going to extend him, who gives a rip?
True.
Like, I mean, let's look at it like this way. If you're the Eagles, what wide receiver would you want on the Packers? Watson, I think, is off limits.
Yes, he would be, wisely.
Golden, like, as much as I would hate Golden in the slot, he can play the slot, but so can Wicks. And so can, and spoiler alert, the Packers just signed Sky Moore to a 1-year deal.
He could be a backup slot receiver as well.
He can be a backup slot receiver, but they finally spent money on
a returner
/ punt returner. Miracles do happen. So that would leave Reed and Wicks as options.
Yes. Wicks is the more dynamic receiver, but Reed, I don't know. You only have 5 receivers under contract right now, excluding Sky Moore. So
yeah, I wouldn't give a rip at Jalen Carter.
It is Jalen Carter. I wouldn't. Yeah.
Look at our offense. Like, our offense basically revolves. Our offense would revolve around Matthew Golden and Christian Watson.
Yeah,
anyways.
and Tucker. I'm forgetting about Tucker too. I shouldn't.
Yeah,
but
Tucker Kraft. Like, what more do you need?
For what it's worth, the PFF trade simulator accepts this as like a viable option. So like
accepts 2 seconds.
2 seconds and Jaden Reed for Jalen Carter. Well, it thinks 2 seconds would also get the job done, but
yeah, send it.
Yeah, I did.
I have a Jaden Reed jersey. I'll wear my Cooper jersey.
Yeah. Dude, imagine that defense if everyone's healthy, and then we just draft corners.
Yeah, I draft a corner and a nose tackle, or sign Ashwan Robinson as your nose tackle, or whoever. Javon Hargrave. I don't give a rip for somebody for like a vet minimum.
Yeah,
your nose tackle. Then just draft 3 straight corners. Do not care at all whatsoever. Like, I wouldn't care. Do it today, man. Speaking of contracts, though, I did say we'll hit about this earlier. Packers did re-sign Sean Ryan. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I was thinking about it here, as we were getting ready to record this episode. I have thoughts. I want to get your thoughts first on it.
You want to get my thoughts first? Okay.
Yeah. Well, basically, our entire offensive line is
staying
back.
Yes.
Like, realistically, a bunch of people were hurt. There is that. So it's kind of hard to say our entire offensive line, except for Rasheed Walker. So how do you feel about Sean Ryan returning as our center, and I'll give you just some thoughts that I had.
Okay.
How do you feel about Sean Ryan?
So this is very interesting. I think having a full offseason at center will help him, and like a full just to prep, be in the room, be the protection caller, and do all of that and all of those things. I mean, he was like somehow better than Elgton Jenkins.
Low bar, but yeah, I agree. I do agree.
For what that's worth.
It was a low bar.
It wasn't quite on the floor, but it was a low bar. So
it was something, and he did get thrown into it too as well. Like you said, that was kind of my thought too as well. Was give him the off season. I don't think there's going to be an issue of him sitting out like Elgton Jenkins did.
Yeah,
because Elgton Jenkins wanted contract certainty. Sean Ryan got his 3-year deal. His 3-year, I think it averages out to be like $11 million, but it's effectively a 1-year deal. But it is 3 years, $11 million per year, which I'm okay with that for a guy who can play guard.
Yes. So like he has the versatility. I expect someone else to be signed in, or not signed, but like drafted to compete.
Mm-hmm. Would not shock me if he gets beat out by like a guy like Matt Glublin or like Logan. I don't think they draft Logan Jones.
No, he's too short.
Who's that center out of Kansas?
Sam Hecht.
Sam Hecht.
There's Bryce Foster as well, out of Kansas.
Yeah, I don't know if I always get him and Jake Slaughter mixed up. I can't remember
Slaughter's
which one
Florida.
I like and don't like. Yeah, I know, but I still get them mixed up either way. I got to look at that again. But one of those I don't like. One of those I know I don't like at all. It might be Bryce Foster. I think it's Bryce Foster. But whatever with that. So yeah, it wouldn't shock me if one of those centers beats out Sean Ryan. And Packers can just say, okay, we tried. See you next year. Or I should say not see you next year because they'll cut him. I mean, left to right.
Can we cut him after the second year? Or after his first year? Like, that's possible? Yeah, it's not too pricey?
Yes. No.
Okay.
He's effectively Sean Ryan's effectively on a 1-year deal.
Okay.
Like, he really is. And so if he does get beat out, you're like, oh no, you have a backup guard, a backup swing guard who could substitute as tackle because he does have experience there. So like, right now, as the offensive line stands, it's Morgan, Banks, Ryan, Belton, Tom, with Travis Glover and Darian Kennard, who is back as well on a 1-year, $3.25 million deal as your swing tackle / blocking tight end as needed, 7th O lineman.
Yeah.
So that's your offensive line as stands. Let's say Sean Ryan gets beat out. He obviously moves back. He can also compete with Belton for right guard. You do have a lot of options there, and the Packers do like their versatility. So this is one area where that versatility is beneficial for once.
No, it's actually a good thing. Like, all around, I'm very happy with this offseason.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, they signed a kick returner, punt returner for once. The Sky Moore stuff just makes me think. Like, it really does make me think that if you're going to sign another small wide receiver slot guy, even if it is on a 1-year deal, like, oh boy, I don't know. Man, we can hope. Maybe we'll be talking about Jalen Carter on Friday. A man can hope, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the very least expecting a defensive tackle signing.
It'll be Hargrave out of anybody.
Hargrave, I think Eshwan Robinson.
He'll be looked at heavily. That's for sure.
He's younger than Hargrave.
That is true. Hargrave is old, but Hargrave is more proven and productive.
Well, we're going to have that discussion if it does happen to see who happens where. But Friday, as of right now, we will give you our updated mock draft because we have obviously some couple of changes. A couple of needs have been somewhat met, and a couple needs are a lot more glaring. So it's going to be interesting to see how many defensive tackles and cornerbacks we both draft. If it's and it's probably going to be like 5 or 6, right?
Yeah,
it's going to be all defensive tackles and cornerbacks the entire draft at this rate.
Yeah.
That is all for today, folks. We'll see you next time.
To Packers fans coast to coast, thanks for going beyond the frozen tundra. We appreciate you tuning in. And as always, go Pack Go!